this is Diane Lovetobake, and what we're going to make are really an easy recipe of peanut butter brownies. Now this particular brownie recipe, you're actually using what a lot of people like to call is a Bisquick, is the name brand, or a baking mix. Now if you really even want to save even more money with this recipe, I do have a video on making your own baking mix, and you can do it for just, well, very little, because the box can be a little bit expensive. Someone wrote in and said that they wanted a recipe for brownies made with this baking mix, so that's exactly why I'm doing it. So let's get started. Now you can use your hand mixer. You can even do this recipe by hand with a spoon if you want. I'm going to use my stand up because I think it's very quick and I can move the video along a lot faster. So let's begin. We're first going to put 1½ cups of the baking mix. And you can use the name brand, of course, or whatever generic brand that you like. Or check out my video and make your own baking mix. And it's really easy, not difficult at all. Okay, and just put that in there. The next thing you're going to put in is 1 cup of granulated sugar. And I'm just going to start to stir that together. Okay. The next thing you're going to be putting in is 1/2 cup of applesauce. So I'm going to put that in. Okay, just want to get a little bit more out of that. Okay, and you're going to be putting 2 eggs that I've had at room temperature. I'm going to put 1 in at a time and beat it in. Okay. And then you're going to need, of course, peanut butter. I'm using creamy. It can be any brand that you want. And we're using 1/2 cup. Again, I'm using the creamy, but you can use, chunky peanut butter if you prefer that. And then we're just going to beat this in a little bit. And the last thing we're going to put in is vanilla. And you're going to be using 1½ teaspoons of vanilla. And then you're basically just waiting till it all combines. You don't want to overbeat it. You really don't even need to overbeat it because it comes together so quick. I'm going to raise my speed a little bit. Okay. And let's get this paddle out of here. I'll take some of that excess off. Okay, there we go. Okay, set that aside. Now the next thing you're going to need is a 13×9 pan. It'll be up to you whether I'm just using glass or Pyrex right now, and you don't have to spray it or anything like that. And then just take your mixture, and let me show you what that batter looks like. It has that really nice smooth peanut butter in it. It has that nice smell to it. And then just take that and put it into your 13×9 pan. Now when you're putting it in the pan, of course, you're going to spread it out as evenly as you can. All to the edges and to the sides. And it might look like you don't have enough. It's going to probably, you're going to think, well, it doesn't look like enough and it's not going to bake up high enough. Well, that doesn't happen. It is, when it bakes, it's going to really puff up for you. So let me get the rest of this batter out of here. Just use my knife here to do that. Okay. I have just a little bit more here in the mixing bowl. So let's get that out. Okay, now you're going to bake these brownies at 350 degrees, and they're going to take you anywhere from 20 to 25 minutes. So start watching it. I like to start watching mine about 18 minutes or so, that type of thing, because we do realize that all ovens set up so differently. And it'll look like that. Again, in 350 oven from anywhere from 20 to 25 minutes. When they come out of the oven, let them cool, the whole 13 by 9 pan, let it cool on a cooling rack. Now what you can do is you can melt 3 ounces of chocolate chips or any type of flavor that you want. You can use, vanilla morsels, flavored morsels, about 3 ounces, and then you can drizzle it on the top of the brownies and then let it set up, let it get cool, and then I like to sprinkle actually chocolate jimmies on top. I have some to show you and what they look like when they're done. I'm going to quickly rinse my hands because I was handling eggs, so I want to rinse my hands. And this is how these brownies come out. I've made them, of course, Halloween is around the corner, but of course you can make them at any time, not just at Halloween. But I thought it would look kind of festive, I guess, to use the orange over it, and I drizzled chocolate jimmies on the top. Now, of course, you can cut these brownies how big you want. These are actually more of a bar. It's larger, but you can certainly cut them in half and make the regular size brownie that you're used to. They will bake up a very, very pretty golden brown on the bottom. They're extremely very light. And they are more of, I think you'd want to consider it more maybe like a cake brownie. But what a great tasting little peanut butter brownie, and it's quick and it's easy to make. And I hope you try this one. If you do, leave a comment because I'd like to hear from you. And as always, thanks for watching. Please subscribe to Diane Lovetobake. See you next time.